This is the spoiler review. I gotta make it now because everybody's making a spoiler review. I'm like, man, as soon as the movie come out, people can't wait to do the spoiler review for this. But geez, okay. Well, gotta do a spoiler review then. Well, let's get to it. Now, it's like this, right? And I want to be clear. When they start speaking on this film, when I did the movie review, now you guys can fill in the blanks, but there's a reason I didn't do the movie review the way the majority of you would have probably liked. It sounded pretty negative the way I did it. It's because I couldn't talk about none of the positives of the film without spoiling the film, if that makes any sense to you. I would be telling the plot if I was to tell you the things that I liked about the film. So I could really tell you the things I disliked about the film, because that didn't spoil the film. So it sounded like my movie review was like totally bashing the movie, even though I gave it 2.5 stars out of 4. I didn't understand why people thought it was just complete bashing, but I do understand why they do that when I look back at it, because I couldn't tell them the positives of the film because they spoil the movie. So if you're not ready to hear what happened in the movie, this is not the video for you. Go watch the other movie review. Now, let's get into what I liked about the film. I told you, well, I did mention this in the movie review, the opening scene. Love that. The tension, everything. You really felt like you were there. Like, oh my God. Like, the tension is there. You feel it. With T'Challa and, Sirius racing to try to find a cure to help T'Challa as he's dying, and you're like caught into that from the moment she come into the room and panic. He's in like the last moments and last stages of his life. And they basically took from his real life and brought that into the movie. Like he was secretly battling this illness and no one knew. He kept it hidden. And just like this, he kept it hidden until he asked her for her help when it got near the end. And this mysterious illness, that's all they called it, mysterious illness. Thanks for the super chat though, G Style. I appreciate that. So let's get into this. The camera shots, yep. I love the scenes, the shots. But the first beginning stages, the movie was going to a very good pace. Very good, what you would say, character development. Character development was right where it needed to be. It was courageous, some of the steps that they took to move the bar forward. In other words, the bar was pushed forward very far, and I appreciated that, because you felt the tension, you felt the despair. And as they go into showing the ships, where you start seeing the French soldiers, well, the soldiers come in and attack what they thought was just regular scientists, which wind up being Wakandans. and they came in and took down the soldiers. And when she went to address the United Nations, and you see everything that played out from the first movie, with him opening up the world to their technology, they wanted to vibranium. That's what they want. They want that vibranium. That's what means a lot to them. They can care less about anything else. They want vibranium. It's undetectable by metal detectors, and it's one of the most powerful things they've ever seen. So America wants it, and all the other people around the country want that, and that's non-negotiable. You get nothing. And since the Black Panther is gone, they think they're weak. Now's the time to strike. They don't have a protector, but Wakanda is still strong. So while she addressed everybody in there, she went and dropped the soldiers from France right at the doorstep. France was the one that was invading. Now, that's a very key point. A lot of people don't realize that, but France has been an enemy of the Africans for a long time, mainly Haiti. And that played a big part in this film, as Nakia was hiding in Haiti. She had her school in Haiti, and the Haitians were very big in this film. And that to me, yeah, to me was a very good element that they added to the film. And I see this one now. You see why I can't tell you the things I like about the film, because it interferes with the story, and I will be telling the story in order to do that. And the Talocan, which is really the Aztecs, and that's what I liked, is that Namor was able to explain his story and his people, and how the Spanish invaded Mexico, where he's from, and infested them with smallpox, and they all got sick. And when they got sick, they went to the water. He heard a voice call them to go to the water, and he saw the heart-shaped herb from a plant that was growing under the water. See, this was different. See, it was 2 asteroids that came and hit of vibranium. One that went underwater and one that landed on the land. So the one that was growing under the water, they took it, mashed it up, drank it, and when they drank it, it cured them of the disease. But one of the girls was pregnant, Namor's mother. She drank it, and they said that your son is going to heal him, and that he's sick, because she didn't want to take it. And then she finally took it, and it made what Namor is now. He was born with the vibranium and everything in his system. Now, that's why he still have this human condition, like he's different. And he could actually, he's born with feathers, and he's got ears that's pointy, and he could fly. They changed his story around to make it fit more realistic to this world and this universe. His name, Namor, is a name that he took in this era. Is no longer his mother gave him the name Namor. He took that name, which means like no more, no love, Namor. Instead of Namor, he's Namor, which means no love. So once he came there, he's wiped out all the people in his homeland. As the Spanish had enslaved them, they came and burnt down, took out them. They called them the child from Satan and all that stuff, and they took the rest of them down. Now, here's the thing. The Moor is not blue like the rest of them. Once they drank it and they basically had died, came back to life, and they couldn't breathe anymore. Breathing was like they had to go straight to the water in order to survive, so they could no longer live on the land. Everything they had to get had to be from underwater. Did I cry? No, I've already seen it. So, I mean, my sister's gonna cry. I already know that. She's gonna baha boo hoo. She's gonna pour tears, gonna be rolling down her cheeks. She's gonna be crying from the intro. She's gonna be crying from every point in the movie. She gonna cry. So, well, it's just like I told you in the original script. When they added Riri Williams to it, she invented this machine that can find vibranium. Now, in the original script, she was the one supposed to be going underwater to run in this machine, and the machine gets destroyed. And she created it and just to see what this was going to do. Now, they ended up editing this film. Dr. Doom was supposed to be in this, and he's not. That's why he's not in the end credit. They chose not to introduce him in this film. But the professor that gave her the assignment for the project supposedly report back to Dr. Doom. Victor Doom is the one that's in charge of this vibranium movement and wanting the government to get this vibranium. So once their attempts were swatted, the United States had put together their own sting to try to get some vibranium. And they ran and found some because of this machine they got. And once they got there and found it, they also found something else. They found the Talokan. And they came and wiped out everybody on the ship. Now, I did like the siren mode that they did. Using the siren, and it puts them in a trance and they start falling into the water. I did like when they put that in there. The trance, when people fall into the trance and using sirens. And they basically would just get up, walk straight into the ship. Walk right into the water. And that was that. And one of the sergeants, he fired a shot. They put in earplugs so they would be protected from the siren. Then a tumor comes out the water and throws a spear right through somebody's heart. Now, here's my problem. right? Here's my problem. Atuma, right, is the mortal enemy of Namor. He's supposed to be the one in charge. And I think this is going to lead to all of the problems we're going to see in the future with Namor. In this one, he's somebody who's motivated by loss and protecting his people. The burden of Talokan, he has too much to lose. As he took Shuri down there to show him why Riri Williams had to die. They shoehorned her character in here, and it's not Riri Williams' fault. It's not the actress's fault. She's not supposed to be in this film. But they need to get that series going. She's a character they just created in like 2016. You know, she's got Iron Man tech, and we're going to get to that because that's a problem I have. It's like, and how many Iron Mans you got to have? You got Iron Man's daughter, who's supposed to become the new Iron Man, or Iron Woman. That was supposed to be it. You got Don Cheadle as War Machine, right? So you got War Machine out there as Iron Man. You got Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts. She's an Iron Woman. Then you got the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner. That's the part I hated the most about Infinity War. And the only thing I hated about Infinity War was the Incredible Hulk getting in the Hulkbuster costume. Now all of a sudden, he's Iron Man. Now we're going to get to that because that's later on in the film. But now let's just stay with what we got. Now we got Riri Williams, who's Black Iron Woman. So now we got Black Iron Woman. The film is good. It's a good movie. And a lot of people keep thinking I'm bashing it when I gave it the review I did. 2.5 stars out of 4 is the right one for it. Now, we're going to get to all of the problems that I had with it, but the positives was the weight of the film. This is what Ryan Coogler was able to do, was to not have a lot of action on the screen at first, give you great character monologues and dialogue and everything, backstories, to get you vested into the character. I knew more about Namor watching these montages and watching everything that was going on. I knew a lot about the characters. So the character development was very important here. And they also put in scenes of Namor, showing more of him, doing reshoots and extended scenes. Now, he wanted to know were they going to be friend or foe? But he wanted to know, why did they feel a need to share their technology with the rest of the world? That was his thing. Why did they feel a need to share the technology? Because now that put them in danger. Like, they knew of Wakanda, the underwater city. They knew that Wakanda existed. They never been there, but they knew there's a powerful nation ran by the Black Panther. But they didn't know that they existed. But they knew Wakanda existed. They have been around for thousands of years. So previous kings have kept their secret, and they protected each other's secret and shouldn't have revealed themselves to the world. As Namor Never wanted the outside world to know he existed. And he wants, because what he wants is for the two nations to link up. And now that the Black Panther was gone, Wakanda was weak. So now, this is a story about Shuri's journey. More than anything. Dealing with the loss of T'Challa, she's not taking it very well. She's angry. Because she was not able to save him. And she don't have a face or a villain to be upset with. So the only person she's taking it out on is herself. So Namor gives them a job. Bring me Riri Williams so I can kill her. Then y'all can go. Now M'Baku. Now I wanted to see more of him. That's one of the movie's downsides, and I pointed that out in the original movie review. He was minimized. Like a lot of male presence in this film. He wanted to kill him. Kill the fish man. Then he realized what he was actually saying. Later, after he faced him and realized, okay, F that. Oh, then he knew. He started learning who he really was. So they went to find who Riri Williams actually was. And they found out it was a child. And they brought back Agent Ross. That was how they was able to track him down and find out. As they brought back Julia Dreyfus' insignificant character. As Victoria, she's married. They found out she was married to Ross. It don't really matter. As in Captain America, as in everything she's been in, her character's meant nothing so far. This is a series. I don't know why people get excited every time they see her. All I think about is how unnecessary her character is for the series. So, Okoye wants to go get Riri Williams. She convinced the queen to let her take the sister there. So she convinced her, like, let me take the sister. It was like, she's gonna be with me, she'll be safe. Mom was like, I'm worried about this Namor guy. Namor came to them because they didn't know who exactly the scientist was, but they knew it was a scientist. They knew more about it than the Wakandans. But they said T'Challa, once he went there to reveal themselves to the world, it put them at risk also. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Riri Williams was the comic relief of the movie, which I didn't like, but it's for teenage girls, they'll love it. Mm-hmm. So they get Riri Williams. They go to her lab. They see her little Iron Man outfit and all that stuff. Her little iron suit. Mm-mm. No, did not happen. No. See, the world is different in Wakanda, and once they went and got her, they came and attacked. Atuma came and fought, but I can tell Atuma's gonna end up fighting and want a challenge for the throne. Kimura and Atuma might team up and go up against uh, Namor. No, once they did that, he took Shuri to the. He went to go meet with Namor. So they took her on the ship. She explained who she was. And once she explained who she was, he started keeping her and Riri Williams over there and Talokan. Well, at first they weren't in Talokan yet. They was in not the major city. They was in the outskirts. No. After that, he tells his story about his people, where he comes from, to explain to her what he what he's fighting for. So she gets to go down to Talokan. Like he told her, you can't go down there. You know, the pressure of the water would crush your body. You wouldn't be able to survive. But we got a suit. So my thing is, who is the suit for? Like, who was they brought down there? Because she's the only person outsider that has been there and seen the Talokan. Mm-hmm. Well, Queen Mother is upset because she told she told what's his name not to come. She told her like you caused my daughter to leave, so she fired Okoye. Where they mentioned what happened to Wakabi. He's still in prison for what he did. She was like, yeah, he gets to get, she can go see him whatever she wants to go see her husband. I can't go see anybody. All my family is gone. Haven't I given everything? So that was it. It was over. She was fired. She was no longer the general in charge. And she still harbored feelings from the fact that when Killmonger took the throne, they actually stayed. Like, but that's what they're supposed to do. They have to be loyal to whoever sits on the throne. She didn't see it that way. She still hold a grudge, based off that. No, you didn't get a Caucasian Black Panther. No. So it was much more about the journey of Siri because she was hurting. T'Challa was gone. Yeah, well, that's what happened when you're not paying attention. And her thing was anger. She was bitter. Her brother ain't there. She couldn't save T'Challa. Um, and Nakia, the queen, went to go find her in Haiti, where she's built a school, and she basically left 6 years ago after the blip. Once T'Challa blipped away, and he was gone for that 5 years. See, people forget about the blip. He was one of the people gone too. Nakia left. So she wasn't around for Infinity War, Endgame. She left. She left Wakanda. Period. Then T'Challa came back when they did the blip and everything. Did we get a Caucasian Black Panther? No way. So Siri is still there. The more, she's got Nakia tracking her down. Nakia's a spy, so she knows how to get into certain places. This is where I had a problem at. They didn't know how to put Nakia into the script, and her role was pretty much reduced to make ways for Riri Williams. Now, I understand what they're trying to do because Ryan Coogler's got to make way for all these changes because of Disney Plus series, which is going to have a Wakanda series now. So we'll see how much Namor and all that stuff is going to play out in the Wakanda series. Well, this is probably Disney Plus doing their thing. So while she runs a distraction, Namor tells her he gotta kill Riri Williams, and then he has to, he wants Riri to join him, wants Shuri to join him, as they supposed to be forming some type of romantic connection. But his thing is his people and his passion. He's like, now you see what I'm protecting. He's got a vibranium sun that he has down there also to bring light to his people underwater. And he's like, you see what I'm protecting here. So he tells him, either you do this or we're going to go to war. So she calls Namor. The queen does, but this is a distraction so that Nakia can go down there and get Shuri. So he leaves to go and meet with the queen, where he's like, I got them prisoner and I'm not giving them back. And she's going to stay with me until, you know, the scientists and all of them, until all of this is, done and my will and all this stuff. By that time, Nakia goes down there and get her, shoots one of the doggone Talokan people that was helping, and then she ends up dying. It was supposed to be set to stun, but she was too close. So she dies, and, you know, sure enough that this is going to start a war. So as soon as they get on there, she's like, this is going to start a war. So the queen mother is not caring about all that. That was a distraction to get Namar up there to talk and negotiate while she was down there getting and rescuing her daughter and Riri Williams. As soon as they get back, they're trying to beef up security. Things is going down. They know it's going to jump off. So Namor finds out what happens. He comes down, he sees the girl, and he goes over there and said, I've been blinded with hope. I tried to make it right. These motherfuckers don't want to do it. Now I'm finna bring it all down. They're going to beg. So he starts attacking, and that's when they attack Wakanda. Great scene there. Great action scene. Um, you got to see Namor do his thing. Then he takes the queen out. The queen risks her life to save Riri Williams. When she does that, for reasons I don't know, once she does that, it's all over. No, not really. After that, he brings the war. He kills the queen. He gives them about a week to mourn their dead. So within a week, they was able to build an Iron Man suit. Um, Shuri becomes the Black Panther. She goes to the spiritual realm and she doesn't see T'Challa. She sees Killmonger because she's acting more like him than T'Challa. So she's seeking vengeance and everything else. So T'Challa explains to her why she's seeing him actually. Oh, of course. Because that's how you do it if you're gonna move forward. Now, I like the Haiti connection with the France because France was the country that was accused of trying to run a sneak attack and got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And the fact that they were in Haiti, you know, the Haitian was the Haitian president was the first one to, you know, lead the revolution against France and knock them out of Haiti. So historical references come back around full circle. So they have this thing with Siri's trying to remake the herb, and she uses the necklace that T'Challa, I mean that Namar gave her, which belonged to his mother, and he just gave it up to Siri just like that. I'm just like, the writing, the writing, the writing. So you don't go crazy. Something that belonged to his mother, and immediately he gives it to Shuri. I'm quite sure the chicks down there that's been swimming around you when turning blue for all them years, like I have swept the water off his bed for years. And this is how he does me with a surface walker? Oh, black folks was loving Riri Williams. She is perfect for what they want to do. She was very irritable to me. Way too much estrogen in this movie. Way too much. Oh, 2.5 out of 4. It's not bad. The fight scene, the last battle strategy, it was working because Namor's weakness is water. If he's out of it for so long, and he's got sun, you got to get back to water quick and go back under to get his strength up. So anyway, at the end, I'm dozing off. I'm getting tired. But at the end, those two battle. She gets turned. She finds a way to synthesize the formula and turns into the herb so she could take it. She sees Killmonger, talks to him. She still is all angry and all this stuff. She fights Namor. She comes up with a good strategy for Namor, and she basically has him contained and trapped. Yep. So at the end in the bonus scenes, after she goes to Nakia's house to burn the last ceremonial robe she wore for her brother to let it go and everything else. Oh, sorry. I done passed out again. I'm about to go down and lay it down. So, just to cap this off, Nakia in the bonus scenes, she brings out her son. His name is Toussaint. Toussaint is his Haitian name because in the comics, his uh, his son name was Toussaint in the comics. So they're keeping it accurate with the comic books. And Toussaint, he was with the Young Titans basically, but he's not from this Earth. He's from another different Earth in the universe. But they have a son with Storm. But since Storm wasn't introduced, the script was changed and everything else. Beyonce was going to play Storm, and they was going to have their son Toussaint. That was going to be in the script. Nakia was the one that wasn't going to be the mother because Nakia wanted to still be free and didn't want to be married. So anyway, Toussaint ends up saying he has another name, his Wakanda name. And his Wakanda name is T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. So now you got T'Challa, the Black Panther, still in Marvel lore and accurate with the script. Now, the original script was a little different. They had a lot of little changes. We'll talk about that later. Um, what I didn't like was uh, the midnight armor. Oh, I can't stand that. It was ugly to look at in the designs. It was even uglier to look at in the movie. So once they wore that armor, it was like, okay, now we got armor that they can fly around like Tony Stark. And they don't need any lessons or nothing. Everybody could just fly perfectly with the suits. So good night, because I'm going to lay right down here and go to sleep.